Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. This could be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be someone that you've met. It's a situationship. Or it could be a very intense, sensually intense connection. But someone here has betrayed in one way, and wow, they were not truthful. Now someone else is healing. The overall arching theme, healing. We have here power followed by awakening, selfhood, sensuality, crisis, mystery, wild woman, play. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have healing. There are at least two cards here that are a little bit on the gloomy side. This is your person of interest. However, because you do have the mystery card, and this is, for me, my spiritual card, a spiritual connection card, it could be that the both of you are mirroring each other, and that the energy comes and goes from the both of you, and sometimes you feel the same. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My method of reading, for those of you who are new, is slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I do have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. All right, let's have a look. My dear Aquarius, the connection that I have with you, I find to be quite intense. There are certain things about you that make me feel powerless, even though I may not show it, even though you may not know. But I do feel powerless. There's a part of you that makes me feel emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees. It also makes me feel tempted, very tempted. Something that I want and maybe that I can't have. And you can seduce without even trying. I also know that in this connection there has been a sense of awakening. I have awakened fully. And I know that in this connection there is this intensity that exists. I have had a spiritual awakening. And I've realized the world seems different to me now. I've had this passage through what they call the dark night of the soul. And things seem very different now. I'm finally starting to see things from your perspective. I had retreated for a while, and you may be wondering why I kept my distance. It was because, and it is still because, I'm very overwhelmed. With this entire connection, I finally see things from your perspective, from your lens, and I put myself into your shoes. And I understand what I've done to you. I also know now why you do the things that you do, why you react, and why you behave the way that you do. For me, there's a sense of selfhood. You seem to be someone who has now moved on. You no longer cling to the past. This is what it appears to me. I see you now as someone who has this ability of being so independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. Or do you? A part of me feels that in this connection, so much has happened. And this feeling that I have, wanting to be not so scared of talking to you, but I am intimidated because I've seen that you've moved on. And before I could approach you because I knew who you were. But ever since I did what I did, you have changed. You have reacted to my actions. I understand why you did what you did. Any normal person in your position would have done that. Because I hurt you. And now you are guarded. And it's hard to connect. There's this light around you, this aura of being single and ready to mingle. You are very attractive. And I know people have their eyes on you. But so do I. I'm just intimidated and scared right now to reach out. You have been extremely sensual and have taught me the appreciation of sensuality. You've taught me passion and desire, even lust. Before, yes, I used to have these feelings, but now it's just heightened, knowing that it's you. A part of me does miss you. I miss you a lot. And I want to be with you intimately. I want to touch you. I want to hang out with you and just lie next to you and stare at the clouds, stare at the stars, holding your hand side by side, lying down, just knowing that you're there. I love your company, and I miss it. But right now, my mind is a mess. Too many things are going on. I'm so overwhelmed by so many emotions that keep coming and going that I can't sort out these emotions. I need time. I need time to sort things out. I also know that in this connection, there is this mindset that I've had now. It's just not making sense. Certain things that I used to think that I believed in now, those beliefs are changing. Because you have changed me. I question the heavens, I question the universe. Why is it that you have been brought into my life? Why now? Why not before? And why not long ago? Are we meant to be together? Were we supposed to be together? I also feel that in this connection, certain things have happened and I sometimes try to make things right, but it never really turns out right. I feel that so much has changed. It's hard for me to put the pieces together. In you, I have found someone that I feel this familiarity with. I feel as if I've known you from before, as if we've been together before, as if we've been here before. There's something about you that is different, that is unique, something that I love. And even though you may not be with me, sometimes I can smell your scent. I can feel your presence, and in my dreams, everything seems so real, almost as if it's a memory. What is the connection between you and I? Why is there a spiritual connection that I feel so strong? No matter where you go, no matter what you do, I feel you. Despite all this, I hurt you. And in spite of the way that you've treated me, I keep my distance. I understand that I have said a few things, maybe even more than a few things, that have really changed the way we view this connection. I know that in this situation that you and I are in, there's this hope, there's a desire to speak the truth, which I never did. I lied, and I did not speak the truth, and I actually hid things from you. I was trying to be sneaky. I thought I could get away with it. But I got caught, and now I'm overwhelmed. Because I realize this is not just any relationship or connection. This is a very serious and a spiritually bound connection. In this connection, there has been deceit, deception, sadness and melancholy, things that I caused, and I've hurt you. A part of me sees you as someone who's a best friend, someone who my soul can play with, have fun with. You are my best friend, my confidant. You make me feel alive again, vibrant again, young again. And nobody else has ever made me feel that way. This is why I'm overwhelmed with these feelings and emotions, and I just don't know what to do. Because of the way I have treated you, Aquarius, I need time to heal. I need time to sort things out. Everything that I have said and done, I wish I could change these things. I wish I could turn back time. But I can't. Now I have retreated. I'm not talking to you, not talking to anybody. Forced myself into isolation, into loneliness, in order to have a sense of contemplation, introspection, distancing myself from the everyday world problems to regain balance, so that there is no distraction. For now, I see you as somebody who has not changed my life around, but my soul has been awakened. And I don't know what to do about it, because I've never experienced this before. It's just so overwhelming that I'd rather keep my distance. I don't know how to handle it. But I do have affection for you. And I also know that I did something really bad and hurt somebody who loves me. All right, Aquarius. There's a lot going on here, guys. This is a very, very intense spiritual connection. You guys could be twin flames, soulmates, or karmic partners, maybe even more. Those are the top 3 that I've seen that are the most intense. Before I move forward, and before I forget, for some of you, you may want to get the past life package. Now, not all readings that I do are past lives, but specifically I call it the past life package. Out of that, maybe just a handful that I've ever done, they have been set in a different timeline in the future. Not in this lifetime, but in the future you may be destined to be together. That's on a soul level. And I do past life reading. So in case somebody feels that they can't let go of this person, you feel obsessed over this person, yeah, there's something going on there. Because these are the 2 signs that I've seen. And there are more that are the most intense. It's very difficult to let go, and you can feel this person's energy as well. Also, for some of you who are new, please have a look at my other channel, Asnointia Audio. The videos there are absolutely free. 2 videos I'd like you to see for sure. One is called Spiritual Connections. It's past life and spiritual connections. This is regarding the past life, and this is a past life reading. It's not a reading itself, but you guys are past life people. There's something going on here that's beyond what the both of you see, beyond the flesh. And like I said, on a spiritual realm, it could be that it's in the past. It could be that it's set in the future. But your souls recognize each other, whether it is in the past or in the future. And in the soul realm, the past, present, and the future all exist at one point in time. That's why time hasn't gone by in any way, shape, or form. That's why it's so intense for some of you. I do explain some of this in those videos, okay? So have a look at that past life spiritual connections video. I also have one called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections. That is also applicable to this reading. You have the sensuality card and you have the past life card. So have a look at that for some of you that want a little bit more clarity on why this connection is so intense. So hopefully that will provide you with some understanding. It is a very intense connection and it's hard to let go. And this is because it's affected you on a soul level. Someone saying, I can't sleep at night. Okay, interesting. All right. That was fast. So here I have the Lover's Path Tarot. So with this deck, what I like to do is I go a little bit into your past in this lifetime. Something that happened that caused a problem where things just kind of went downhill. Things were going great. You guys were headed up there, but all of a sudden just kind of finished and you wonder what happened. This is for those of you that never received any closure. This person faded over time. They may have ghosted you. The communication may be so less now. You're just wondering, are we even together? Once in a while, they may send you a message. However, it's not enough. It's not good enough. And you still wonder, are we together? For those of you who are new, the first set of cards that I looked at, that is the current status. Here, this is a little bit in the past. So we do have an extra card that came out, the Two of Staves. Both cards came out at the same time on the left and right. That was pretty cool. So we have here the King of Cups, Two of Staves, and the Nine of Coins. Interesting, Nine of Coins. You also had the Selfhood card before, so they definitely see you as somebody who is independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient, that sort of thing. King of Cups. Let's have a look. You were dealing with somebody who seemed to have been, in the beginning, very wise. They had a lot of integrity, and they were very mature emotionally. However, this is now someone who wanted to symbolize these forces. It actually talks about this person not being the individual that you thought they were. They acted like a king, but they were not a king. It's almost as if this person was a page. Somebody who's very young, not in years, but in the mind and in the heart, and immature, and also not a lot of wisdom. Here it talks about the desire to have more control over one's aspirations. This person needed to stop fantasizing and they needed to get back to work. Your person of interest here, and let me know in the comments below if this resonates, was inconsistent and unreliable. This is something that came up here. This person seemed to have known it all. They could be dependent. You can depend on them. They were reliable. But when reality really hit, they were not consistent with their messages, their behavior, the way they did certain things. There was a lot of inconsistencies. Then we also had unreliability. They may have broken a few promises here and there. We also have the Two of Staves. The Two of Staves talks about not really wanting to start anything new, not wanting to start a partnership, meaning a connection with you. But it also talks about a connection that loses momentum after a promising start. Disappointments in projects and frustrations or impatience, needing help from someone else. So I do see here this person being very pessimistic. They felt disappointed because this is like losing momentum after a promising start. So this person being unwise, although they were acting as if they were very wise, they got into this connection, and it's like a pop, like soda pop, right? You open the soda pop and it's nice and bubbly, right? It tastes nice, and then you leave it out for a while, and then it just goes flat, right? It's fizzled out. Everything was fizzled out. That's what happened here. Things were great in the beginning for this person, but then things started to change internally. Now, I can tell you, Aquarius, this is not you. This is a them problem. This is something that they've done on their own. What I'm seeing here is they got into this connection for the sake of getting into a connection, quote unquote. But they did not get into it thinking that they wanted a long-term connection. That's not what they wanted. They just wanted to have a companion. But then they realized that that's not what they want because they're not ready for it. This person emotionally and maturity-wise, no, they were not ready for it at all. We have here 9 of coins. Let's have a look. The 9 of coins talks about a lack of luxury. This person did not want to have that sense of luxury. They were not feeling prosperous, and they did not want to receive any pleasure because they didn't feel anything was pleasurable in their life. They did not feel blessed by life, and they could not enjoy the fruits of their labor. A lack of material prosperity. This needed to be accomplished, but it was not. Here in the reverse, it talks about overindulgence in materialistic pleasures, perhaps to the point of compromising financial stability. The guilt of having too many possessions and the inability to enjoy it. They had fear and envy, and sometimes were even jealous of others, but they were afraid of jealousy and envy from others. Overindulgence in materialistic pleasures to the point where it compromised their pocket. Wow, this person's an all-rounder, aren't they? They're immature, they're not wise, they don't have a lot of experience, they spend a lot of money, they're not good at saving money. This person could have had something, and this is a general love reading. You guys know it's not a private reading. Can't be private reading, can it? There's lots of you out there. So there's something definitely going on here where your person of interest, they wanted to be this person who's in charge, who's wise, who has a great bank balance, right? But unfortunately, it was all a facade. It was all fake. They were trying to show you that this is who I am. Why do people do this? Aquarius, clearly this person had self-esteem issues, okay? They wanted to seem bigger and better than what they were before, okay? They wanted to seem as if they had it all. However, when the truth came out, they couldn't keep up with the lie and with the image. And so the truth came out, and they just decided to collapse. Like, I'm seeing the word collapse, like everything just collapsed all at once. This is not the person you thought you knew. Damn. That's tough. And Crosswatcher, that's bad karma. Let's not do that. Anyway, let's have a look here. Maybe we'll see something a bit more positive. Aquarius, I have here the Beginner's Tarot. Okay. Ooh. So this is any action, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you in the coming days. Let's have a look. It could be days, months, hopefully not years. Any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have. Oh my God. Guys, look, again, the 9 of Pentacles. This is the 3rd time we've had this energy come out. So there's definitely this show off. This person's trying to show off that they have a lot going on in their life and they can offer you a lot. But the truth is that they don't. And they see you as somebody who's very independent. And it makes them feel intimidated. We have here the Queen of Swords. So all the stuff that they have done to you, they understand that what they've done is absolutely wrong. They should not have done this. They should have not have behaved like this. And they are aware of it. What would happen when you do this to a normal person? The normal person would get pissed off, and that's what they feel that they've done to you. Now they see you in this cold type of aura, and they see you as somebody who is now just cold and aloof. You don't want to take this challenge on. You don't want to talk to anybody about this. Here we have a queen, and she's holding up a sword. So this does talk about how there's this desire to connect. However, this person feels that if they were to approach you, it's dangerous because you have a sword. You can do anything with that sword. They feel that you have this cold exterior now, and you're not as warm and inviting as you once were. Not because of you, but because of what they've done to you. This is how they view you now. Even if you're not, even if you were to invite this person with open arms, they still think that that's not going to happen. In their mindset, the way they view this connection, they feel that they've hurt you so much that you've turned into a cold-hearted person. And somebody who may even want revenge, somebody who even may reject them. So they feel that this might happen. We also have here the Fool card. Yes, that is accurate. Yes, this person's a fool. Crosswatcher. I'm just saying it because that's the actions that you took. The Fool card here talks about how this person tried to take a leap of faith, and they may try to in the coming future. The problem is, it may not be as promising as you hope it to be. This connection might finish as soon as it starts because this is a fool, somebody who has not thought long and hard about it, somebody who has not put in the effort and the time to build this connection, somebody who's very immature, compulsive, impulsive, and aggressive. This person takes action first and thinks later. Nobody can be in a connection like that with anybody. That connection would be a roller coaster ride emotionally. It would be too much to handle. But do they have the intention of coming back or being in your life? Yes, they want to approach you. Yes, and that's a very noble thought. Very nice. However, the way they're doing it is not the right way. With somebody like this, Aquarius, you would have to lead them. You would have to be the leader here. We also have the Six of Wands. So this does tell me that at some point in time, things were going great back in the day, but then things changed, and all of a sudden, this person, poof, was gone from your life. Now this indicates that this is the same person that wants to merge back and come back into your life, but in a very victorious kind of way. Wow, this person is, I'm getting the word arrogant, pig-headed, stubborn. It's also because they are extremely mature, very, very immature. They could be 70 and still be immature. They feel that they deserve the honors and that when they come back into your life, they want to be victorious, that they have won your heart, but also that you admire them, how great they are, how shiny their armor is. We also have here the Nine of Pentacles. Why do they want to show this off? Because you know what? They see you as somebody like this. They see you as somebody who's independent, self-reliant, self-sufficient. Same thing, selfhood card, right? And you just had the Nine of Coins earlier. Same thing. They don't feel that they're good enough. Here, they want to be good enough. They want to be someone who can also provide you with the materialistic pleasures that they think you need and they think you deserve. They're not doing it out of spite or malice. They're not doing it to make you stupid, okay? They're doing this because they want to be their best version. The problem is they don't know how to do it. It's kind of pathetic. I mean, it's sad, it's kind of cute in a way, but since it's caused so much problem in this connection, it has ruined the connection. It's best to be yourself. This person is not trying to be themselves. They're trying to be something that they are not. And that has created a problem because then there's no truth in the connection. That is what the main problem is here, Aquarius. We also have here the World card. They feel that you are their world and that they want to close the gap. They don't like being far away from you emotionally and even physically. They want to close that gap. We also have here the 8 of Swords. Now, this is interesting. You are dealing with somebody who is under the authority and power of someone else or something else, like an organization. They do not have the freedom, okay? They do not have the freedom. This could be them living with their parents, them in a third-party situation where they're with a partner or a spouse, right? This could be them working for an organization that restricts the both of you being together. With the 8 of Swords, it talks about how this person wishes to have freedom, but they do not. There are restrictions here. They are blindfolded. They can't see. They're not supposed to see. They're not supposed to hear. They're not supposed to be moving, making a sound. And the entire situation, they're tied, right? So they can't move towards you. They can't take any action towards you. Their arms, hands, legs, feet are tied. They are surrounded by swords, meaning that they are caged. And far in the distance, somebody's watching them like a hawk. So they do not have freedom. Sometimes, Aquarius, I have seen somebody that wants to show off, and yet they don't have the capacity or even the freedom in doing so. Sometimes what happens is they make it up because they think that that's what the real world is like. This person may have been sheltered. They may have been hidden from the realities of life. They may not have the freedom to express themselves fully, and so they try to make do with what they have, okay? Go back and hear those few 10 seconds, okay? Because that is very, very important in this connection. This is what this person is going through. It's not like they're doing it on purpose. Whatever their lifestyle is, whatever situation they're stuck in, they're trying to make do with what they have. And unfortunately, it's not working for them. Wow. Very different reading. My goodness. All right. Let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this. Okay, listen, guys. I just took out these cards, but one Archangel Therapy card just came out. Let me read this for you, because something's going on. I pulled these out, but one just came out. A peekaboo card. Workshops and seminars, attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and your purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. Okay, so some of you, this might resonate for some of you, because it literally came out, landed on my desk. And so, there you have that message. Some of you may be very spiritual, and it's always good to learn new things and to teach new things. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. All right, first card's the strongest here. We have Don't Stop. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. These are words of wisdom, some advice, and the deck is angel cards. Oh, angel answers. Okay, angel answer cards. Wow, you have a timeline here. It is a while, and it might even tick off so many people. Not going to be happy hearing that. A year from now. May have popped up last year. Please don't shoot the messenger. This deck only goes up to a year from now. It doesn't have anything like 3 or 5 years from now. We have here, don't stop. So some of you may have been so discouraged, so upset, that you thought, you know what, I give up. You know, I'm never going to find love. Let's not say it, because you manifest that thought. Let's not say it, even if you think it. Okay? Try not to think it in the first place, but even if you think it, don't say it out loud. Because there's negative energies around. They're always hovering nearby. And if they hear it, there may be a time when they might try to make it come true, where you may not find that love. Okay? So be careful what you say, because there's certain things that hear you whether it's positive or negative. If you say positive, something positive might hear you. But if you say something negative, it may just come true. So be very careful what you say. We have here, don't stop. Don't stop giving and receiving love. Keep that positive energy flowing. Helpful people. There are people out there who you may not know that actually care about you. This connection may have caused so many issues in your life that you need things to make more sense. We have a card right next to it here. Get more information. So when you connect with people, this is going to be your friends, your family members, people that you trust, right? Could even be a therapist or counselor. Helpful people will provide you, get more information. They will provide you with information. And this information is going to make sense to you when it comes to this connection. Communicate clearly. So be open and honest with this person when you do get a chance. If it's text, just send them a few sentences, like 5 bullet points, and that's it. Do not extend it to paragraphs and pages. People do get lost in the details. Let's not mock. Do not be sarcastic. Do not taunt. Once you get the opportunity, just be very crystal clear what it is that you want to convey. And try to use the I method. I feel this. I believe that. I think so-and-so. So when you do that, it's a little less aggressive. And it's more of a conversation starter, okay? So it may have been some time that you haven't contacted this person. And when you do, that's probably the easiest way for you to kind of slide in there again to start talking. We also have here, take action. So some of you may decide in the coming days that it is time to take action. When will you know this? When you get that information from those helpful people, you will know when you'll be able to take action regarding the communication. We also have here abundance. So this is interesting. Again, this talks about money. So abundance is important here. This does mean that either you will be showered with love or even money. In some way, shape, or form, something good is going to come. All of this may roll out from right now to next year. Okay, so it says like a year from now, not next year, but from now until the coming year. Okay, could be 7-8 months, could be more or less, but this is a timeline. And like I said, this deck only goes up to a year from now. So if it did pop up last year, it's just not meant to be right now. We also have here forgiveness, the overall arching theme. Somebody here has hurt someone really bad. And in order to move forward, Aquarius, the only way this connection will work out if there is a sense of forgiveness. If you can forgive, then you guys can actually make this work. But if you can't forgive, then it's okay. It's okay for you to move on. Don't worry. Even if you make a different decision, the outcome will be different. You will still have something in your life. You're still going to have some abundance here. So forgiveness is a bit difficult, but sometimes when you have compassion and feel sorry for the person, it makes things a little easier in your heart. Feeling compassion for the person that, you know what, they just didn't know any better. And in all honesty, Aquarius, this person really didn't know any better. They are so immature and they're so unwise. It's just off the charts. There's certain things that they may have thought they were doing correctly, but in the meantime, they're just destroying something on the other side. You know, it's a weird situation that you find yourself in right now with this person. Their intentions, were good. However, the way they did it was absolutely wrong. And it's up to you. For some of you, if you want to forgive, that's fine. If not, then, that's your choice. My recommendation would be to forgive. It's also a reduction of one negative energy bubble that orbits around your head. You don't want negative energy around you. If you let go and if you're able to forgive, that grudge is gone. And you're not really worried about that person, or every time you think about that person, that energy of negativity doesn't pop up. So it's sometimes better just to forgive and just, if you can, to forget. But I would recommend forgive, but do not forget, because you don't want to repeat any sort of mistake or any experiences that have really brought you down over the coming year or past few months. Okay. Aquarius, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. Some of you do ask in the comments, do I do private readings? The answer is yes. I do private readings. I do have on my website. You can visit my website. It's also in the link below. You'll see the link there in the description of this video. It is www.asnointia.com. That's my website. Go to the rates and packages section. There you will see some that are still available. I have one on, I believe it's past life spiritual connections. And I do have a love reading where I provide you a written report plus the audio. And I do have the negative energy checkup. This is the chakra checkup package. So that's what I have. And that is to help you get rid of negative energies. I have the ability, with the help of Angel Fakil, to have a look into where it is that you live. So the negative energies that live in your home, that reside there, and around your aura, and inside of your body, which is just chakra centers. So it's not always just about the inside of the body, right? It's always about the inside, the around you, and in your home environment. There's a lot of them out there I've seen, and there's an average. So if you feel that, there's certain things that are just weighing you down because of your own issues that have occurred, definitely have a look at that package, the chakra checkup package. Read all of the descriptions for all of my packages, and you can, you'll know what to expect. Also, I have some self-help guides. If you wish, have a look at those. And that is also, for some of them, it's to also get rid of negative energies. Now, I also wanted to mention, like I said before, I do have another channel, Asnointia Audio, and fingers crossed, guys, I'll be able to upload something soon. I have videos there on spiritual connections, as well as relationship-related advice, as well as one that is called What and Who Are Negative Energies? How to recognize and remove such things from your life, because it is important. Some of you may feel that somebody may have given you the evil eye. Could be even black magic. Some of you may feel there's supernatural negativity in your home. Please have a look at the Holy Light package, or have a look at the chakra checkup, because that will also help you get rid of such things from your life. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This channel, as well as the other channel, absolutely free. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys again. Take care, stay safe. Thank you so much for your support and your encouragement, and let me know in the comments below if this particular reading has resonated. All right then. Bye now.